where we started.
That was so funny because we used to, when we had that hanging down, then it was also like, okay, well, I'm going to kind of talk. And someone would kind of back up.
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise we'd both be like sharing, we'd be too close.
It was a little too
A
close.
little too close share of space there.
It's funny listening to that very first podcast, like, because we even kind of scripted out what we were going to say.
Yeah.
And now how we just kind of, we get certain details, but then it's like, we want everything to
Free
come
form.
naturally. Whatever the conversation is, that's what we want.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling just from what you've told me about this beer, what I've read about on the side of the label, that conversation will be abundant.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. So we should get to it.
Yeah, let's just get right to it. We've got a quite a big beer for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we're about today is the Cascara Quad from New Belgium. This is part of their Lips of Faith series. Actually, I bought this at Total Wine probably now about 4 or 5 months ago. And I had been thinking, just because of the description on there, that it'd be good for a colder time period, and we're going out of those now, especially here.
Unfortunately.
But today was a little cooler and breezier.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
And we're gathering. We're having a nice gathering here, so this qualifies as something to try. And also, what appealed to me is that they're saying that Cascara, which I've never heard of, even in all our years of coffee, is another word for the coffee cherry.
It just must be like that outer husk.
Or the
kinda
husk.
Like
Well, it said fruit.
Did it actually
It's
say
weird.
fruit?
This says
Okay.
fruit or husk.
Okay.
So, which is weird that it has that much. That's kind of.
Well, I guess it's everything but the
encompasses,
seed, which
yeah.
the coffee seed is what we
Right.
actually roast from.
Right.
Like I said, whereas that's the part that gets pulled off into the pulp or the masher or whatever.
Right.
So,
So they've taken that, and it says it can be dried and then made into a tea, and then they've combined this with, what did it say?
Dates.
Date sugar.
And figs.
I thought that's something.
Didn't say figs
It
in
said it's a quad fermented with gorgeous malts and date sugar.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere I read, I think in one of the descriptions, it mentioned that it tasted like fig.
Okay, maybe that was part of the taste. Okay.
So this is a quad, so you're saying we should be expecting
Sweet.
sweet.
It should be
Okay.
pretty sweet. Should be pretty syrupy.
Okay.
Should be pretty heavy in that regard.
And is 10% alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain I paid $9 for this. Their Lips of Faith series usually run right in that area. Some of their new, like their Hop Kitchen series, some of those you can get like for $4.50 or $5.
The Aramis Hop Kitchen that they had, that single hop one, that one was really good. That was like under $5.
Yeah.
They've had some that are fairly reasonably priced, and even this one in this specialty series, usually it's not uncommon for under $10. You're pretty safe unless it's something very special that they've done or something that was aged. Sometimes the Foley, obviously those sours, those wind up being 13, 14, 15.
Oh, and those should be out right now, huh? Do you have some?
No.
Oh.
Actually, well, I have one from last year.
I think, oh, wow.
I've got...
and we had one on...
I have quite a supply of sours sitting there right now. I still have a La Foley from 2013. I've got the Jillian that we talked about, which is from Goose Island, the Juliet from Goose Island, the Odd Tart, and I still have a Freak from Odell.
Oh, nice.
That I haven't even had that one yet, too.
I just stumbled across my Le Terroir yesterday.
Did you drink it yet?
Oh, no. It's still there.
It better be.
Yeah.
Better be a shared experience.
Intent. I wonder if that's one that, because of the sour, it should age a little bit.
Sour should. I was always wondering
some
about
of the hop might.
Even when we tried that one on the podcast, I remember even commenting on, like, I'm surprised how well the hops had held up.
Yeah.
Just because, it's dry hopped. So that's kind of some of the stuff that's going to go away first. But even if that dissipates, the sour that was there was delicious.
Yeah. But that's for another
discussion. That it is, but it's all New Belgium. So
that's true.
So yeah, let's just let's get right into
in.
this. Yeah, definitely. We broke out the hopefully proper glassware. Almost looks like caramel just pouring right out of there, doesn't it?
It does kind of have that sort of, definitely an orangey brown, a brown orange actually color to it. Nice head there.
Yeah. A lot of stuff in there, a lot of sediment. I'm noticing it. At first, I thought for a split second that it was actually carbonation, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not carbonation." You can because it's just the way it's hanging and sitting there. Yeah,
yeah. Huh? Yeah, that's kind of funny how that.
There's a lot of bits of things hanging out in there.
Yeah. Now on the sticker, it says April of last year, so that may have been when they got it in. I bought it, I'm saying, maybe in October. On the bottle, it says Best by August of 2014, so we're well within that that realm there. So,
well, in a heavier beer like this, especially with all the sugar and stuff that's in it, it's going to age, and it's obviously going to change like anything, but it's definitely going to age to a place that might be just as interesting as when it was first bottled.
That is a neat color to that head.
Mine's gone away, but you were swirling a little bit.
Yeah, I swirled.
It's kind of almost like blended of two different colors. It's like cream and beige. And
yeah. Kind of like a nice espresso crema.
Yeah, actually, very much so. Wow, that really nice aroma. Definitely the sugar's coming through.
Yeah.
Definitely some nice little
Brown
bit of
sugar
fruit in there.
And some fruit, yep.
And I agree with, unfortunately, I was probably already put in our head, but at the fig, I definitely get that kind of, that darker, heavier fruit. I get some fig in there for sure. And caramel definitely.
Yeah.
Not
Sugar,
like one of the heavier,
some fruit.
not like molasses or something like that. It's definitely caramel. It's that lighter fruit, sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Really a sour note on the back of your tongue there.
Yeah.
Not like hoppy sour, but like a heavy, sweet. Sweet fruit and sour, that doesn't go right together, but like a fruit sour.
There's a cherry in there. There's definitely a cherry. There's like very much on my first sip, it was almost like a chocolate covered cherry. I was getting notes of milk chocolate kind of in there, mixed with the caramel, mixed with cherry. Kind of reminded me of like when you get certain candies and stuff when they've got that, cherry kind of center in there and you bite in and they've got a little bit of sweet around them. You kind of initially get the heavier stuff, but then that kind of bursts through a little bit. But then this one really weaves back in. That's very complex. There was a lot going on in that. It's very good.
Just from what I had read from this, I was thinking that this was going to be like ridiculously syrupy, sweet, and but it's actually kind of tasty, especially as a desserty type. And if it was a little bit colder and finishing off your evening with something like this, it's not like a heavy, stout, alcohol-y sort of thing. It's just kind of a...
I don't even really get much alcohol in it, everything else that's going
for the 10%
on. Right.
that's there.
No, it's lip smack. It's definitely lip smacky, sweet
on the lips.
Yeah, it's not as heavy quite as I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be a little bit more syrupy, but it's very good. There's a lot of different layers going on there. I'm glad we're having it this way, where we're kind of splitting. I think this is very easily even a beer. Like as much as I actually do like this could easily be a third person split. Like I would not want to have a whole bottle of this, and that's nothing against this beer. It's just there's certain types of flavors sometimes like I can't keep drinking.
Right.
Like you said, even like some heavier stuff. Like I can make it through a glass maybe,
right?
But a whole bottle like that might be a little tough.
A nice little snifter actually. Split this, because there's 22 ounces. So
split it 4 ways or 3 ways or something. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I think it's actually the fruit from the coffee cherries or the the general fruit flavor that's in the cherry that comes through that kind of lightens everything up just a little bit. Because I have had other beers from different places, even like the one that comes to mind right now is the brewery makes one that's like autumn maple or something like that. And I remember getting that one and sharing it with Jason, and we were like, ooh, this is just a little too sweet.
Yeah.
At least for us.
Yeah.
And like I said, and it is probably even sweeter than this one. And there was just something there that was missing. And I think that's what kind of helps with this one is that there's just that little bit of something that makes everything lighten up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, as we've talked about so many times, there's a balance there to everything that's going on. It's not overly. I don't think it's overly one way or the other. I think there's a nice balance of the sweet, of some of the notes from the fruit, of even the body's good. Now, boy, it really does make you.
It's pretty lip smacky,
lips
isn't it?
Stick. Yes.
There's a great fanning out of all the flavors too. Mm-hmm. The more you keep sipping, like I said, I can almost feel like everything just kind of glaze over a little bit, and it's very nice. And unfortunately, this would be perfect for a cold winter's night, or at least like us, we just finished having dinner. This is very desserty. Yeah. Put a scoop of ice cream in there, and that could work. Could work.
Scuba ice cream works almost anywhere.
It's true. That vanilla doesn't. That's never a bad thing.
No.
Wow. Yeah, that is. I think that is really
I'm
good.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be even heavier,
Yeah, me too.
but it is not. And what is also, hopefully, you would be pleasantly surprised by is AboutBeverages.com. That is the website where you can find the tasting notes for this beer from New Belgium, along with where it hits on our recommendation scale. And while you're there, definitely check out all the other beers that we've had over the last few weeks now, or even head into the archives and look at what seasonals that we've tried in the past that are coming up. See if they're worth either your palate or your dollar. Either way.
Send us your suggestions or ideas as to some things we should try or what we've missed or what we should revisit. We've talked about that before. We're happy to go back and check things out again, as we do with a lot of our favorites. If there's something that you thought that maybe we didn't like, that, hey, maybe you guys want to try this again, or here's a new version, or try it taste different this year, or any other suggestions you have, please let us know. That's what we're about.
Apparently, one of the ones that we should try again is the Boatswain, because apparently that one is a heated topic of debate.
Well, at least for somebody, yeah. So,
It's for a few people.
but yeah, that's not. I don't need to revisit that myself, but
no, I don't want to drink that one again either.
but because I've had the double and the single and the
They have a
American.
chocolate.
I think
Something,
I
don't
bought
they?
the chocolate too.
Chocolate
Yeah,
stout or something?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And they actually, I think, brew that with cocoa powder or something like that. It's actually chocolate they put in there, but yeah.
But whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.